And welcome to Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. I believe this is episode 75. I'm Ryan, Magic Lasso. Welcome to my channel, where we have the Fanboys joining us tonight as we talk about the latest DC Comics news, as well as a retro review. Tonight we'll be focusing again, this will be part 2, as we start looking at New Teen Titans volume number 2, and we're doing issues number 3 and 4 tonight. So it's great to have Comic Food 2814 on the show tonight. Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Doing well. It's great to have Tim, the comic collector, here. How's it going, Tim?
What's up, everybody?
Good. And Tony Fett is joining us as well. How are you?
Good. Nice and soggy out here. Just gotten done with a big rainstorm.
Ah, very nice. So a special hello, too. We don't want to forget people that will be watching on the rewind. We appreciate you as well. Now we'll turn our attention to some folks that are joining us live here and say hello. I always say to him, since he says Cowabunga, I always say Muabunga.
Muabunga.
So hello,
so
Ruben.
Bad. So bad.
That's great to see you. Christy is here. She's found her way over to the Magic Lasso channel. That's awesome. Copy is here. Copy 801.
Uh-oh.
There's trouble.
Yeah, there's shenanigans in the works.
It's funny. Copy likes to hang out at your channel too, huh, Lasso? All right. Notes are being taken.
No,
Yeah.
I tend
Dots
to notice.
are being connected.
No, I tend to notice that where you are, he follows.
Oh, okay.
So, and the only thing I'll say before we get way off topic here is all I know is I posted a meme in a group chat the other day, and next thing you know, I was accused of being Dean Cain.
Hey.
So I don't know what that was all about.
Hey.
That's, I guess, a show for another day. That's a
Since
show for
We'll be getting to the bottom of that.
Since Lasso joined, we've never seen Dean Cain in our chat.
Wow.
You're right. Wow. Hey, when you're right, man. Conspiracy.
Tim, I might have to have you join us for a detective show one night.
Okay.
You've
Not
read lots
shed.
of detective comics. You'd be perfect. You're
day.
like an expert.
Everyone say hello to Nashhead who's watching. He's in the building. Yay. Great
How's
to
it
have
going,
you here.
Josh?
Comic Foo is in the chat for harassment purposes as well. We're ignoring that comment because every dog will have its day when we get to that point tonight. So Brock is here. Nice that he is watching at work.
Nice.
Mars Comics is here. That's awesome. Great to have you here. And oh no, I'm not Betty White. I don't talk like that.
Well, you're like 400
Wow.
years too young, so.
Yes, exactly.
The accusations are flying.
Yes. And probably the person who probably really is Dean Cain that no one ever suspects has joined us, the FNG collector.
Just throwing FNG under the bus.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm giving him a big old Dean Cain, Texas size yeehaw. So great to have everyone here for the live show tonight. So how is everyone doing? How was your week? What's new? What's going on?
Doing good.
Doing
Yeah,
good.
I'm good.
Hey.
All good here.
Just before the show, Lasso, you were mentioning how Tony and I were just on what's that comic book last night, and we were the twinsies,
Yep.
right? So Tony, you want to do it again?
Which
Let's
book?
go. Let's go, Tony.
Oh.
I thought we were friends, man.
Dude, no, what's great is I make a joke before the show, and Dave takes it out on Tony.
I couldn't
And
resist.
takes it to a whole nother level you didn't even try to go to.
Exactly.
See what happens
Hardly
when you're
banter.
see what happens
But I love
when
it because I'm looking at Tim and I just see Tim's head go, oh.
Well, I thought you were gonna pull the Predator or something out again.
Yeah, I was
Caught
like,
me
what
off
book is he
guard.
talking about? And I was like, oh, let me grab one real quick. But no, apparently not.
Yep, shots fired. That's what happens when you're the last one into the live stream pre-show.
Hey,
Yes.
at least I showed up.
You did show up, so I do appreciate that.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you have young kids, it's a miracle just to show up.
Right? I should
No.
get an A+. You know, I got a
Exactly.
2-year-old, I got an A+.
Well, that's awesome. What DC news what's going on in the world of DC this week?
The biggest news for me, I haven't even got to read yet, and that's that this week was the first issue of John taking over as Superman.
That's right.
As a huge Superman fan, that's big for me. But my books will be here tomorrow. I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but I'm excited to.
So you probably don't know this, Tim. And I don't know if Tony knows this or not either. But in Future State, we saw that this Superman is in a relationship with Yara Flor. What timetable are we at in this series? Are we present day? Are we in the future? Where are we?
I thought they said it wasn't Future State like 4 or 5 years ahead or something like that. I forget now.
So for issue number 1 of his comic, are we still 4 or 5 years ahead, or are we right now?
I'm not sure. Yes, I love that cover. I love that they did that.
Did you see the Virgin variant for that?
I did not. I picked that one up and the 1 in 25.
My LCS had a Virgin variant, so
beautiful book though.
Yeah.
There's that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Very cool. It's something that I didn't think way back when it was announced I would be that excited for it, but I really am super excited to read that book.
Yeah, let's go hello to Flashpoint Comics, other fanboy representing in the chat right now, and also a hello to I Collect a Lot.
Welcome both of you to my nightmare.
So now, I have not been reading any of this Infinite Frontier stuff, any of the new stuff that came after Future State, but I gotta say, I'm loving the Green Lantern cover. You got Arquillo there.
Oh yeah, there you go, dude. That is
like
nice.
All of the Sinestro Corps.
Who's the Lantern? Who's the Green Lantern?
The one from
Joe.
Far Sector.
Sector, yeah.
Which number is that?
6, I think. 5.
Speaking of Far Sector, I just got that book back from CBCS.
Isn't that one of the ones you didn't know you had?
Yeah, I didn't know I had.
Yeah. I mean, what's weird is after the debacle of Death Metal, it's almost like I wanted to hate what was next. But so far, Infinite Crisis has been really good across the board. I don't have
Infinite Frontier.
I was going to say, Infinite Crisis is great.
The only thing I can say bad about it is some of the books have really, really bad art. But the story across the board has been really good.
This is going to sound really strange, but like, I think as collectors, you guys will understand. When I look at like the comics, if they're too cartoony, I don't really care for that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It feels like it's for kids.
Yeah, it feels like it's for kids.
Like, let me pull this out real quick.
No, I agree. I know exactly what you mean.
But like, look at the interior of this book. Like, I know there's different art for different things, but like,
yeah,
I can't read this. Like, it's
that's really cartoonish.
You gotta have a certain kind of art for superhero books, and to me, it's like I'm trying to read the word bubbles, and it's so distracting. I just can't even read the book. And I quit buying Harley. There's a few others like that, but I won't even buy Harley because the art's too bad.
You know who else won't buy Harley?
Me, I won't buy it. But it's been a great read for this Infinite Frontier run. Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fabulous.
Yeah, I've got one of those around here.
Guess who they got to help them in the Suicide Squad? They have a Superboy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, cool.
They got Connor, they got a Talon. It's a pretty interesting crew.
Wow. Speaking of Talon, was it Tony that posted the trailer for the Gotham
City Knights?
Gotham Knights, yeah. The PS4 game coming out. I was excited to see that Talon's in there in Court of the Owls.
Yeah. Right at the end. It was
kind
of like a little teaser right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Tony Too close. You know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Hello, also
And he rides around one of those little, what are they, Vespa scooters?
Yep.
hello,
And-
also to BTC Moon Guy who's joined us. We appreciate you stopping by for Fanboys
Yes.
Live in the Retro Review.
Absolutely.
Going.
And other news, J.K. Simmons is reprising his role as Detective Jim Gordon for the Batgirl movie. Remember, he was in Justice League?
Yep.
As
Trying to think of who
Detective
he
Gordon.
was.
Which, remember, they keep telling us the DCEU is dead, but they keep bringing back old people to reprise their roles, and it doesn't make any sense.
They're
Yeah.
just gonna basically do what DC's always done, just like muddy up the timeline, and maybe they'll have to do Crisis eventually, just to clean it up.
I don't know. It's just I wish they would just be. There's no consistency with DC right now, movie wise. So hopefully,
There's no
Discovery
consistency
Media
in the
can come in.
hierarchy is the problem. You
oh
know?
yeah, absolutely. Maybe Discovery can come in and fix all that.
Well,
Yeah.
the way things are going, I mean, I was ready for you to announce that he was going to reprise his role as J. Jonah Jameson,
He is. He's also doing that as well.
but for the DC movie.
Oh yeah,
Batgirl. So
he's J. Jonah Jameson in DC
Yeah.
for Channel 52.
yeah, exactly.
Jason
has joined us, Southern Comic
How's it
Geek.
going?
Good to see you.
What's up, buddy? And also, let me pull up that article here. I don't want to quote it wrong. In Shazam comics, you know how Bruce Wayne is to like Robin, you know what I mean? Like it as a mentor or whatever. Guess who is adopting the Shazam family? Dick Grayson is adopting the Shazam family and is going to kind of mentor them. So
In the comics?
yeah, yep.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Very interesting combination.
Weird.
It's a weird decision for a guy who just got his memory back to make. But...
Yeah, let me go out and just be responsible for a bunch of kids.
Exactly. His life's
could
in
go wrong?
shambles. You know what I'm gonna do? Adopt a superhero team.
That's like just getting divorced. You know what I mean? You have nothing left. Go out and get a dog.
He got a dog too. He's adopting everything that comes across his path.
Right? Yeah, he's just making up for lost time.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
The Wizard Shazam is back in Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods. I cannot remember the actor's name. He was also in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't remember his name. His name
If it
is
ain't the
something.
guy that played Gandalf the Grey, I'm not interested.
Nope.
It's got to
Oh
be
yeah,
him.
yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Same guy, unfortunately. Same guy. So I think I don't know if they're doing flashbacks or whatever. They haven't really talked about the villain for Black Adam yet. Or maybe Black Adam's just the villain. Just
I
gonna
was
be a
about
villain
to
movie.
say he is the villain. It's just,
Yeah.
I hate it when and DC's doing it right now. They're making villains good guys, and it is driving me freaking bonkers. Because look at this on the cover of Infinite Frontier 0, you have Black Adam hanging out with Superman and Batman and all the Green Lanterns. Like he's gonna be some super awesome good guy. He's gonna go around saving people.
in the
only
same way, Harley's like part of the Bat family now.
Exactly. They're just making Harley Quinn a good person.
It was better when she was like, an anti-hero.
When she was psycho, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when she was
exactly.
completely unpredictable.
It really ruins that character, in my opinion.
It does. Especially when they flip flop, because that's a whole other story. But the only time Black Adam has ever actually helped the Justice League, I forget what run it was, but it was only temporary because they both had a common enemy. And then when that enemy was defeated, they went back to beating each other up.
I'm pretty sure they made Hal Jordan good again too. Like,
well, he was good before.
Is Hal Jordan even in Infinite Frontier?
Yeah.
he hasn't showed up in the Green Lantern book, but maybe it was the one shot or something. He still has his ring, and he don't know what happened to the core, so he's going to go investigate it at some point.
Again?
Yeah,
Of course.
Didn't that just happen in the last volume? Like Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns?
probably.
That's how it started.
That's what poor writers do. They can't handle the big universe, so they want to blow it up and shrink it.
Yeah.
That's what every bad writer does on Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's too much to track.
Let's quickly say hi to some folks that have joined us in the last few minutes, including Mr. G. Robert is here, the Comic Book G Spot. Great to have you here. Scott, Hoarder's Hide, is here. And poor Scott, he invited me as a guest on his 7.5 questions, and I rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled. And, like 2 hours later, I was finally done answering question 1. But I had a great time with him, and I thank him for inviting me on. And John's Comics with Kids is here as well, too.
You said that was on Hoarder's Hide's channel? I got to check that out.
Yeah. But you know what I did to him? At the end, I gave him 7.5 of my questions.
Oh.
Which I don't think anyone had done to him before.
What constitutes a half question?
His or mine? Because his was different than mine. My half question to him was something to the effect of, do you think that the
world is flat? Of course it is.
Yeah, or whatever.
All these people who think the earth is round are losing their mind.
The world is flat and birds aren't real, right? That's
Earth is flat. Birds aren't real. DC does really good comics. The list goes on and on. Yeah, the list could go on and on. But I gotta check that out for sure. That it seems like
I had a great time though. Yeah,
I'd be in the same boat. Like if I get on, I was on Hialeah's channel last year about this time, and he was doing an interview. Dude, I just rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled. Yeah, I felt really bad, but I guess that's what he was looking for.
So, Tim, I know how much you love the Justice Society. I'm just going to throw this out here because I don't think Scott would mind if I say it. Hoarder's Hide, that's Scott. He has an all-star number 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that a key?
Just the fact that it's all-star number 12. As I said to him, I said, that's 4 issues after her first appearance. So.
Crazy.
Second Street Marvel has joined us. We appreciate that.
Very cool. Very cool. And I think news-wise, that's kind of it for me. It's been pretty quiet. I know the Suicide Squad's
a lot coming up, and about the next week? Teen Titans season 3 is going to drop, and Stargirl season 2 starts.
I haven't even seen season 1.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, it might be the best show DC's made.
Suicide Squad. Super excited.
Titans are starting.
Yeah, Stargirl's good.
Yeah, Stargirl actually was pretty good.
I won't say it's the best show ever, but compared to the other shows DC makes,
it's
way above them.
Luke Wilson's acting though was a little.
That was a weird choice, and the Starman they had.
Do the whole show with this right here, if that's cool with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
He's really excited.
I'm very excited.
Look at Hoarder's Hide's last comment.
Wonder Woman becomes secretary, and
I haven't seen Tony this excited since Birds of Prey came out.
Exactly.
I think you're confusing my excitement with my frustration.
He was frustrated that they gave some of the time to the other birds.
I don't even know why I come on the show
anymore. We have, first of all, Brock, I agree with you. I don't like people that display stuff and then it's not for sale,
Oh, really? Yeah, that would drive me
nuts. Bait and switch, get you in there and then not sell it. But here is confirmation that all the fanboys have been looking for.
There you go.
Yep, it's true. That's true.
If Tony's mom hasn't got onto us for being mean, we're doing fine.
I'm pretty outnumbered at my house. That's for sure. The odds are not in my favor.
CW Batman for real? I have no idea on that.
Yeah, I don't either.
What?
I know Bruce Wayne's always been like a no-go in the shows.
Yeah.
But I don't watch any of them. So.
I gotta check that out. I do like Jared Leto. You know what? I'm unpopular opinion time, and everyone's gonna hate me for this. I thought Jared Leto's Joker was good. I liked it. It was different. You know what I mean?
I thought it was fine. It was just not needed for the movie. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Too much.
What they should have done is either make him one of the main villains for that movie, or just either give him way more screen time or way less screen time. You know what I mean?
It was Joker instead of Madame Xanadu or whatever it was, that's fine.
Yeah. Worst Joker ever? I disagree. disagree. He's not the best Joker ever. I mean, I think we can all
Who's the
agree.
worst?
Who's the worst? Who's that person? That young kid they got, Jerome on Gotham.
Oh, I liked
That
him.
guy was so annoying.
I liked him. I thought he was. I thought he was like psychologically creepy.
Tell me about it. I lose subscribers if as soon as I submit a video, I'll drop
What's up,
5
man?
subscribers.
Dropping with each sentence.
Hello, Just a Nerd. Good to have you here, and hope everything's doing well at the KFC.
Except we're on Magic's channel.
Yeah, I'm losing all the subscribers because they think I'm Tony.
Way to
I'm
go,
okay
Tony.
with it. I'm okay with it. I got no problem. Cesar Romero was a better Joker. Just saying. I disagree. I disagree. He wasn't the worst Joker. He wasn't the worst Joker. Not my particular favorite. I also didn't care for Jack Nicholson Joker. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
And I guess Jack Nicholson is also
In his time, it was good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, at his time, it was the best. But I feel like Jack Nicholson's Joker hasn't aged well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, when it came out in was it 89? I'm sure it was like the hottest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, Mark Hamill's Joker is always the best. Oh yeah, for sure.
We need a new show, just Tony's hot takes, where he just
Tony's hot takes.
riffs on everything.
Yeah, right. A segment of each show dedicated to me, just like doing unpopular opinions.
But only on Lasso's channel.
Only on Lasso's channel.
Yeah.
No, only on everybody else's channel but my own.
There you go.
That would be too funny. I'd have too much fun with that. For sure. There's an injury on the Flash movie.
Really?
Yeah. No one
Still
was
isn't
seriously
done being
injured.
made.
Yeah.
Holy boy.
Yeah, remember everyone's
We're
in that
still
movie.
making it.
Yeah.
Everyone's in that movie except Flashpoint.
You like go back to 2019. We're talking about this movie.
Well, it's hard
my
getting
gosh.
that many actors' schedules all to align,
Exactly.
I hate it when and Marvel is guilty of it too, and Disney, well, all the big movie companies are. They start announcing movies like 5 years in advance or more. Look at when they announced Dwayne Johnson was going to be Black Adam.
Yeah.
I wasn't even married yet. I didn't even own this home yet.
Remember when there was a Green Lantern Corps movie?
Yeah.
That was supposed to drop in like 2020? And
Yeah,
they
that
announced
movie
it
was
like
supposed to be
5
done
years
by now.
early?
Yeah. Come on, DC, like get your stuff.
Yeah.
What they should do is announce 1 or 2 movies, see where those go, and then announce them.
Whatever happened to the Green Lantern Corps show? It was a long
It's
time
coming.
ago. We were talking about they started filming.
Well, it's supposed to start filming like when COVID was at its peak. So obviously they couldn't. So it's probably going to be delayed, probably another year. That's my guess.
I remember like they officially started filming. Like it was a while ago.
Yeah, and then they had to stop.
Oh, they had to stop?
Yeah, for COVID, they had to stop everything. That's why. If you've watched the most recent season of Doom Patrol, some of the episodes are completely out of order because they just threw what they had, and at the very end of the season finale isn't actually the season finale. That's just where the episode stopped, and then COVID happened, and they couldn't film anymore. So they just threw what they had.
It just so happened that it was a really good.
It was a great cliffhanger.
It was a great cliffhanger, but that wasn't how it was supposed to end.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to end like that. But they said season 3 of Doom Patrol is supposed to be significantly longer because they're adding in all those old missed episodes as well. So it's going to be like close to 15 or 16 episodes, they said.
Brock, nothing increases new book sales.
Yeah,
I was going to say
I can
it
increase
doesn't seem
new
to have
sales.
much of an effect.
I mean, back issues might jump up, but new sales are always declining.
Live action Thundercats movie. It's funny you say that. Yeah, you know what? We were also supposed to get a Blackhawks movie with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
And we were supposed to have a Cyborg movie in theaters last year, and that never even.
Yeah, well, they had that whole his falling out with them, so that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Well, they literally like they weren't even considering that Justice League could be a failure, and that's like all these other movies coming up. They're like, there's no way.
But that's what's so funny about DC. They never like when Green Lantern was happening, they had all these plans, and then like Justice League's happening. It's like DC doesn't believe they could fail, and that's sort of all they do.
And I get it, they didn't want to copy the Marvel formula, but I honestly prefer if they would have.
I think that would have been better.
Independent
build
movie,
the characters
movie,
up.
Big Justice League movie. And that's okay. It's a proven formula that works.
They didn't want to wait that long. They wanted the instant payoff financially right away. And
that worked out.
And that was at the expense of the quality of the finished product.
Yep.
And even look at what they did with their DC app. Like, we're going to make this app, and a year later, we're getting rid of it for HBO.
Yep.
It's all these just quick
Yeah.
maneuvers hoping for success. And it's like, you got to put the work and effort in. You can't just switch everything up every few months.
Hey, guys, you like Swamp Thing? And it's canceled.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to enjoy it first before it was canceled.
Yeah, it was canceled way before the show even came out, which I was like, I was cutting my grass and I was listening to a DC podcast, sitting on my riding lawnmower. I was like, this can't be true. Like, it's canceled already? It's like, it's not even supposed to come out for 3 months.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I looked it up. I was like, well, now I don't even really care to watch it anymore because I'm just going to get mad that, it's
Swamp Thing got canceled, but Batwoman keeps going. Like, who's making these? Who's making
and
these
they were
decisions?
like blaming like some stupid tax situation. It's like, really, it was all hinging upon that. Like, wow,
because that's the only
business model.
What they should do is make a GoFundMe.
Like
we got to pay this tax bill. Everybody chip in $5. I would have chipped in $5.
It's so dumb. It was the dumbest excuse.
It's a shame because it was a good movie. Had a great cast. The
characters
were awesome.
A lot of bad stuff's come out from some DC people.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that John's comment. Yeah, John. I never would have thought that Jeff Johns would have, been
the best comic writer I've ever seen. But from all indications, he's a terrible human.
Well, they say never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Jeff Johns, his new project is doing pretty well. I don't know if you guys saw that. I got it around here somewhere.
Are you talking about Geiger?
Geiger, yes.
Yeah, I just got the #1 based on your tip.
Yeah, it was worth it. It's a good book. I don't even know where I have it. It's in here somewhere.
You know what's happening right now, right, Lasso?
Oh, I found it.
What's that?
He's getting an image book out for our DC show.
Time out.
See?
It's good. It's like a Green Lantern Nightwing.
But I thought he didn't write at DC because he didn't have time for comics.
No, DC made him have time for comics. It just unfortunately wasn't. They promoted him to customer. DC.
Wow.
That's funny. Why am I big?
Because I was doing things with this O-ring. So
so you put them on me, dude. That's how you lose views.
Yeah,
that's how you lose views, man. Nosh hit it right on the head. It's a book that caught fire instantly. Probably mostly because of Jeff Johns. He has his own following, like Ethan Van Sciver. Love him or hate him, they're both knocking it out of the park.
Well, speaking of famous DC writers doing other stuff, did you see that Snyder signed some exclusive deal? I think for webcomics or something.
Really?
Yeah, Scott Snyder.
Webcomics.
Yeah, I think it's a webcomic. I could be wrong, but it's like a 5-series deal somewhere. It's not DC. So I'm pretty sure it's like a web first thing.
If I can't put it in a short box, I don't want it.
Yeah, right. I'm not paying for it. No, thank you. That is not for me. But that's all the news I got.
Are we ready to jump back into our new Teen Titans story?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Who wants to kick us off with #3?
Well, can I first announce some exciting news?
Tell us.
And it's appropriate that I announce this on Lasso's channel since Lasso helped me do this. But I was 2 books away from finishing my new Teen Titans run. And Lasso, you sent me #10.
Yep.
And the book that we're going to read tonight, #3, I finally pulled the trigger and it's on its way. So
really? Cool.
Once it arrives, I will have completed my new Teen Titans run.
That's awesome. So did you just go to where it stopped? Like when it changes into Tales of the New Teen Titans, did you continue on there or how?
No, yeah, I'm just considering the first volume there.
Okay.
I mean,
So are you working on
not
volume
everybody
2
can
now?
collect every Titans book. Just saying.
Are you working on volume 2?
Yeah, I mean, I have some in volume 2 as well. Yeah, I haven't focused on completing them yet.
Cool. Hey, Digger Jim 720. We appreciate you stopping by as we're segueing into the retro review portions of Fanboys Live and the retro review tonight. So, New Teen Titans number 3.
I can kick us off if you want.
Okay, sounds good. Tony, you got a screen we can share?
Yeah. You want me to pop it up?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Can do. What? Disco. Is it flashy for you guys too?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. Hold on. I don't know why.
While we're doing that, Tim, you want to pull the cover back up?
Oh yeah.
Why is it doing that?
So this is issue 3.
Yep.
Nice.
Great cover with Dr. Light and Starfire on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm trying to open it.
Yeah, no problem. Library of Comics is here. It's great to see you, my friend.
What's up, man?
I can try to share too if you want.
Okay. I Collect a Lot has stopped by. He
And
was
to
having his
answer, someone asked what the name of that Scott Snyder book is. I actually don't know.
Does that work, copy? Not copy, Lasso. See,
Next week, Copy's just part of the show. Lasso's done.
Get it straight. I'm Tom Welling.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right.
I think yours is just black.
Yeah, yours is just black. There it is.
Okay. Well, no,
All right, let me
it's
try
not
mine again. I opened it in
Okay.
a different browser.
The Jackson Roy Kirk has stopped by to see what's up.
Hey, there it is.
There we go.
All right. So, Dave, kick us off.
All right, so we start off here with we've now formed our new team. Raven has formed this new team, the New Teen Titans, and I think they start off looking. They're on a balcony in this building in Manhattan, and they're looking up at the sky, and Starfire is showing them where her home is. And at this point, that's where we kind of get our first kind of introduction into Starfire's origin as she begins to tell the team. And as we do so, you're going to be flashing back and forth between some of these other like parallel stories going on at the same time. And what we get are these two kind of shadowy figures in trench coats, pink trench coats. I don't know why they're pink, with matching pink hats.
Squatchy would say those are black.
Yeah. So we've got this man, this woman in these pink and purple trench coats and hat, and they're entering some kind of building, and the woman at least has these powers. She's got like these, she can like, she turned the door into water vapor so that they could enter. And this guy that she's with, his name is Mammoth, and he's apparently like indestructible, very strong, but he doesn't seem like he's got a whole lot going on up here, if you know what I mean. And so they break into this place, and you don't really quite know what's happening or why they're doing it. But then these guns come down from the ceiling and just start shooting them. And Mammoth is able to ward off their bullets. And at that point, they enter the next room and realize that it's all been a test. And that is where we are. We meet the rest of the Fearsome Five, these villains that consist of what is it? Simon, like Psimon. He's got this translucent skull, and you can see his brain. We've got the Tinker. Is it? Do I have that right? No, Gizmo. I'm sorry. Gizmo, who tinkers, I guess, on little machines and stuff. That's what I was thinking. And then, what is crazy, guys? What are the odds that they would? The leader of the Fearsome Five is in fact Dr. Light. And if you recall, I reviewed Dr. Light 2 weeks ago as the villain in this Adam. What is it? Number 9, I think. Number 8. Is it 8? Yeah, the Atom #8, this Silver Age book I just happened to pick up at this shop. Read it for the retro review, and got this story about the Atom versus Dr. Light. And what's crazy about it is in this story, in the Fearsome Five, they actually talk about, they even say to Dr. Light, like, hey, aren't you the guy like that the Atom took out? And he's like, yeah, that was an unfortunate episode, but I'm back now. And so I don't know the history of this, but they certainly make it seem like he's been out of action since this fight. So I don't know, but I did find it very humorous that they referred to the fight that we just reviewed here. And they were making fun of him for it. So Dr. Light has put together this Fearsome Five, this new team of villains, and their purpose is to kill the new Teen Titans. He doesn't really fully explain why. In fact, a lot of what happens in this story, they don't give a whole lot of the why behind it, other than that's what villain teams do. So they go after the hero team, right? So. All right, so this story then flashes back to the new Teen Titans and the story of Starfire and her origin. And she's telling stories of her home, how it was like this tropical, just wonderland. It was this wonderful place to live. They lived in harmony with nature, and there was an odd sentence that she had where she said that their people were not indoctrinated with science, so we were ruled by our emotions, I guess. So I don't quite know what that was meant to mean, but I guess it's some kind of jab at, I guess, the technology, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think Marv Wolfman was happy with the invention of the microwave.
But it was funny because, like, she mentions like how they let their emotions take over, but they live in such harmony, and it's like, well, that's generally not what you think of when you let your emotions take over, right? So it was just kind of, I found it a little weird, but anyway, she talks about how this alien force came in and attacked her planet, and I'm just going to kind of jump to the chase here so I can hand it off to someone else for the rest of the story. But essentially, this alien race, this conquering race that was attacking her planet, they were so effective. They fought them for 100 years, but eventually her people had to surrender, essentially, or make a deal. And the deal was that her father, she was like going to be the princess, I think, or the queen. So her father's the king, and he actually negotiated a truce by giving up his daughter, Starfire, here. And so the aliens take her off. She's now abducted, and she is never allowed to return to her home planet, or they will come back and annihilate everyone. And at that point, that's when Raven shows back up in a puff of smoke and says, hey guys, we gotta go. And that's where Robin's like, hey, wait a minute, I want some answers. But of course, before he can, Wally, Kid Flash, is like all set there to be like, hey, you leave Raven alone. And it's kind of weird. Every time Robin wants to get any kind of answer from Raven, Kid Flash is there, to get in the way.
There are definitely some weird choices in how to progress the story in these first few issues. You know what I mean?
Yes, so. Definitely. Like I said, there's sometimes things just seem to happen without a good explanation of why, and you just kind of got to go with it. But certain things do seem to resolve themselves in later issues. For instance, we will see why Flash is acting this way. Yep. So that's probably a good point for me to hand it off to somebody else if you'd like.
I'll take the next issue if someone wants to grab this.
I'll take the next issue too. So Tim, how do you feel about taking this one?
It's like, do I have much of a choice? I mean, I can keep going.
One thing I want to comment on through these first few issues, and even the next issue, we get to see these big splash pages of different atmospheres. Like it starts right off. We're in like a space battle.
Yeah.
We just saw her Starfire's home planet. In a little while, we get to see Azeroth, which is like, I mean, an amazing splash page. It's easier for me to read through in here.
No, I know exactly what you mean. As I was reading through this, Tim, I was thinking, actually, why doesn't the DC EU take advantage of some of these scenes that they're showing? Because it just got me thinking of all the wonderful worlds that DC has in its universe, and we get to see so little of that in the movies. They're so focused on the origin story and things like that, and it's like, dude, you could take us to these like fantastic places and tell these wonderful stories, and they just don't do it.
It's sort of like what I mentioned with Green Lantern earlier. Great writers expand the universe, and bad writers just want to contract it and focus on one or two characters.
Right.
Well, I mean, which is fine if it's a solo character, but with Green Lantern that don't work. It has to be big.
Right.
So basically, even though Wally's acting irrational, Robin agrees to wait for answers. And, sort of what I was just talking about, weird decisions. Dr. Light's like, we're going to fight the Titans. Keep in mind, this is a group that's been together probably for a week. Like, even the Justice League doesn't know they exist.
Right.
And they're like, everyone's like, we joined this group to make money, not to, go pick a fight with the law. We want to avoid that. And Dr. Light's, well, like, too late because they're already coming for us. What? And immediately the Teen Titans bust in. And we get some good action. Dr. Light versus Troy. Gizmo hits Robin with a rocket that somehow doesn't kill him. And I love Beast Boy punching out Gizmo. Gizmo's like, I've never been touched. And then he immediately turns into a big gorilla to take on Mammoth. Like, I think it's some good Beast Boy action.
Yeah.
And then we see Wally trying to take on Matter Transmuter and Simon. And he just traps him in his own vortex of his spin. Really, through these first two issues, Simon seems to be the heavy hitter of this group.
Although Mammoth seems pretty powerful as well.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Right in this fight, he's like, you can't hurt Mammoth. And then right here, Starfire hits him, and he's like, well, it hurt me. You can't kill me. And he breaks the floor up, and Matter Transmuter, I'm probably saying her name wrong, but basically turns that rubble into gas and knocks the Titans out. And then for some reason they run. And one thing I just thought was weird, when they're running here, Gizmo's just like, wait for me, I had to jerry-rig these fire extinguishers into jets. Like, you think he would be more prepared.
But then they're hovering and having a conversation in the air. Like, his jerry-rigged fire extinguishers also have hover.
Plus, and where do you get rocket fuel to put in your fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
In a moment's notice.
And basically, it's like, why are we running? And it's like, I don't know. Just felt like I should. Just had an inkling we should run. 5 minutes ago, he's like, we're going to fight him for no reason. Now we're running for no reason.
Seemed like a good idea.
But, and I love that her power, she just like turns all of the floors and the walls into ether gas and they all fall asleep. It's like, wow, all right, well, you win.
So then we switch to some win.
Yeah, I saw that too. Somewhere.
Because my first thought, reading this is like, oh, she must be an Azeroth. Just thinking of, what you know about before you actually see Azeroth. It's like, where is this? Some win.
It's some win.
And
I want to point out one quick before you go too far. Back up here, where is it? There's a line that made me think like what was happening right here. It says, unfortunately, there are answers that will have to wait until next issue. And I read that and was like, who said that? Like, a comic book? Like, it's just
we have half an issue left, but no time for that. And basically, I believe this is the first time Trigon is named.
Yes.
She says she's speaking to Trigon, and she's just like, "That's the 5, right?" And basically, he shoots a beam at her, and she leaves. Foreshadowing what's coming. We get to see Cyborg's talking to his dad. He's mad, doesn't want to see him again, blames his mom death on him, and he sees the note. And that's where we really skip to. You guys were talking about this last issue. Here's the Titans Tower just gift wrapped.
I love how Changeling gets around. He's a mole.
Yeah. Well, my first thought is like, isn't this on an island?
He could have
Like,
been a
did
bird.
he go under
He
the
could have been
water
flying
in the
around as a
ground?
bird. He could have been.
But if you could turn into any animal to get around, would you choose a mole?
Yeah. And you basically get a mini tour of him walking around wondering what's up with this, like if he's going to be ambushed. And you see the other Titans are there. And basically we get a repeat. Raven shows up.
Isn't this where Changeling also kind of like expresses the fact that like he's like severely depressed and like the only way he gets through is by cracking jokes?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. He just makes, at least here, he makes a snide remark at Cyborg.
Okay, maybe it's a later part, but there's some part where he's talking about how like my parents died and then my foster parents died and I'm super depressed and all I do is crack jokes so I don't have to think about it.
He's like filthy rich. But, basically they switch from wondering what's up with this free gift of the tower. You know, when Raven shows up, and it's the same thing. Robin wants answers, and Flash is like, "Hey, I warned you about asking her to explain herself."
How dare you ask clarifying questions?
Exactly. So this is where she starts going into a little bit of explanation of, you know, Trigon the Terrible. That what is this? Goron was free once more and would kill the Justice League, and Trigon's going to take over the Earth. And I actually got a little confused. I don't know if it's this issue or next. I think it's next issue. We see the sorcerers. Like, it seemed like they were really intent on stopping them, but stopping them was bad. But
yeah, that's next issue.
So basically, she's explains to him, and that's when you find out that Simon was obsessed with piercing the barrier between dimensions and succeeded. And that's when Trigon, shot him with a beam, turning him into what he is. So he's actually, been secretly working for Trigon this whole time and calls to the Titans to come fight. And this time they have Cyborg. And it's some pretty good fight scenes. They're flying up, and Mammoth punches this giant thing at him. Cyborg smashes through it. Dr. Light shoots and hits Starfire, which drops Robin into the water. And then he has Donna and Starfire, but then Cyborg busts the ship up at him. And Gizmo shoots this little disc that says "Scream" really loud. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scream, knocking him out. And then Starfire is trying to attack Dr. Light, and Matter Manipulator knocks another one of these, I don't know what you call it, giant metal cauldrons down, and it's too heavy for her to catch. And that's when Simon catches her, knocks her out. Robin climbs out of the water, immediately gets knocked out by Mammoth.
And didn't it send Starfire to the center of the Earth?
Oh yeah, that's right. While she was attacking Dr. Light, Gizmo snuck up behind her and put these things on her hand that are basically sucking her straight towards the center of the Earth.
Yeah.
And we flash back to Titan's Tower, and Raven's starting to tell Wally what's up, and she's like, "Oh no, the Titans are losing." So Flash runs all the way there, immediately gets knocked down by Mammoth. Beast Boy's fighting back, and then basically Simon just takes everybody out, knocks down a Beast Boy, knocks him out mentally. Mammoth, Starfire's back somehow.
Yeah,
Starfire's back from the center of the Earth. She gets knocked down, and then as Wally's getting ready to take on a Mammoth again, Simon slows him down so he gets easily knocked out, and that's where this issue ends.
Okay, so three things about, or three points I want to make real quick. First of all, hello to Nigel, Desired Comics, who's joined us. We appreciate you stopping by very much. So also, I think last week in one of the issues we read, didn't Donna Troy make a comment about how lucky she is that no one's made the connection that Donna Troy and Wonder Girl are the same person, even though she doesn't wear a mask over her face?
Yeah.
But at the same time, in this issue, we find Donna Troy and Starfire living together, and they're having like a little rooftop party in their costumes with the other Titans who wear costumes. Don't you think that that's kind of an invitation for someone to put 2 and 2 together and get 4?
Yeah, they did the
In
same
broad
thing at
daylight.
Beast Boy's Mansion with a bunch of civilians around.
Yeah. And also, because I think we're going to have a lot to say about the next issue, with this one, I want to bring back something really quick that was an old Fanboys Live in the Retro Review tradition. I have trivia for you on this issue.
Uh-oh.
So,
All right.
what 2 brands of soft drinks did Wonder Girl offer her guests?
Hold on, what page was that? I will look.
Yeah. I'll have no idea.
She offered them 2 different soft drink choices, and they were brand names that are real brand names here in our world. What were they?
Coke.
Coke was one.
She did.
Was it really Coke?
Yeah, Coke was one.
I think I know the other one, but I'll wait.
Sprite?
Yeah, it was Sprite.
That's
Coke
what
and
I was
Sprite.
thinking too. Yeah.
Was it
Coke and
really?
Sprite
Coke
were
and
your
Sprite?
beverage choices when you're rooftop partying with Donna Troy and Starfire.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
Are you attending that party, Lasso?
As soon as I get my invitation.
Okay.
he's gonna Irish up that Coke and Sprite.
That's right. Tony, do you want me to start this? Because I'm good with starting it unless you want the first part.
You can do whatever you want, man.
Okay, I'll do the first part on
Cool.
this. So we move up to issue number 4 right now with this fantastic cover. We got the Justice League involved, and we're starting out with this prologue where Zatanna has sensed this enormous, overwhelming amount of evil power. So she takes the Justice League to it, and immediately we go into this beautiful, no-holds-barred 2-page spread, action spread with the JLA. And here are those sorcerers that Tim was talking about just a few minutes ago. And I mean, it's no questions first. It's right into battle. Let's
No
go on it. I
explanation
mean,
either as to what's
Yeah.
going on.
yeah,
Was this
yeah.
like a carryover from the Justice League comic?
I don't
or
I
believe
something?
don't
so.
think so. No.
I don't think so either.
It just
They're
puts
smart
you in the
enough to
middle
know
of this
to.
fight.
They're smart enough to know to clap Zatanna's mouth so she can't make a spell, as you see in the one panel there. So Raven makes her presence there, and they're like, "Don't interfere. We can't. You know, we got enough on our plate right now." And Lantern goes to trap her. He can trap her physical body, but her soul self is able to escape from Green Lantern, which to me just shows exactly how powerful Raven is. I actually think that they ended up slimming Raven's powers down a little bit in years later as the series went, because she's much more powerful than I ever remembered. But she's trying to get this to stop, to get the Justice League and the Sorcerers to stop fighting. But that ends up with her being sent to Azriath. Did I say that correct? Is that right?
Azeroth.
Azeroth, yeah. So Azeroth is where she goes, and she's seeking out a particular woman who she ends up finding. And as we find out this woman, not only do we get to see what, I think this is the first time we're actually seeing Raven's face underneath her cloak and her hood. But we see this woman that she has sought out actually resembles her quite a bit, which is because it is her mother. So, and her mother's name is, where did I see that? Arella? Is that correct? She's seeking Arella, Arella.
Yep, Arella.
So yeah, Arella, which is her mother. Her mother says you shouldn't come back here. You know, once you leave that you can't come back. And Raven's like, we've got to stop Trigon. And her mother essentially is, you should not have come back. We cannot help you or the Earth. Here's prayer, here's strength, and she sends her back into Earth, which fantastic page.
The Azeroth section was just beautiful.
Yeah, it
Art
is.
life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Raven finds herself back on Earth. She's trying to get her senses, and she's in Titan's Tower, and there's the Titans. Wait a minute, what's up? Because when Tim just left off at the end of number 3, the Titans were like defeated by the Fearsome Five. What's going on? And they're like, what's wrong, Raven? And she's like, the Fearsome Five, they had you. What happened? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, are you all right? You look like you just seen a ghost. And she's like, well, they must have wiped your memories and sent you back here. That's got to be the only logical explanation as to what could have happened.
So they're like, you know, Raven, what's wrong? And Wally's, don't ask her questions.
Yep.
Exactly. What's wrong with her?
Yeah. So we see that all of this is being monitored by the Fearsome Five, and that's exactly what they done. They planted. They wiped their minds. That Simon wiped their minds, sent them back because the goal was they're going to need the Titans to defeat the Justice League to get their ultimate say and their ultimate goal. So as we go on, Raven is talking a little bit, essentially about, she's letting the Titans in on what this huge terror, this huge threat is, and it's Trigon. And here we get the origin of Trigon and how he started conquering, you know, when he was basically about a year old. And it doesn't matter how much he's conquered, it's never enough. And I think we have a fantastic splash page there.
First appearance of Trigon.
Yep.
First appearance of Trigon. So
is this noted as a like on Key Collector app or CGC?
It's so messed up. Depending on the database you use, it's all different because technically I think in 3 you hear his voice.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they consider this only a cameo, or
I've seen this listed as a cameo and like 5 or 6 or something. One of the other ones is a first appearance, but I've seen this listed as first appearance.
How is this not the first?
Yeah, if you're giving his origin,
yeah,
you know, it's
you've got him from a child to adult, growing. Like, come on.
Yeah, he accomplished more in his
face.
He accomplished more in his first year of being alive than most people do their entire lives. But Tony, you want to pick it up from here then?
Yeah, I can pick it up from here. One thing I got to say, as I'm not a huge fan of the way they have Zatanna in this issue. I don't know if you remember. We'll zip it back up to the top. Look at. So this is Zatanna. Remember those giant 70s sleeves that hang down like a foot and a half?
Yeah.
You could hide like whole people in. Very disco-ish. I don't know. Maybe it's not disco-ish.
That was like her look for that Justice League.
I know, but it still sucks.
Well, that was the Perez created outfit for Zatanna too. So.
Yeah. Where are we? I passed it.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have done that.
There you are.
Yeah, right here. So, Trigon's coming, if that's not blatantly obvious, and he's going to conquer the Earth. But this whole thing is being watched by, oh man, what the heck's this guy's name again?
Well, see, that's not revealed until issue 7.
I know, but I knew who it was, but I can't.
You want me to say who it is?
I mean, probably. Are we getting to issue 7?
I thought we're stopping at 6 and then we're jumping.
Well, then go ahead and say who it is. Yeah.
That's Silas Stone.
Yeah.
That's Cyborg's father.
Yeah.
So the guy that built them the towers secretly eavesdropping?
Yeah.
Weird. And then, so they are up in space at the watchtower there. And
Here comes the best part.
Yeah. So for those of you who have seen the DC animated movie Justice League versus the Teen Titans, this is where they drew a whole bunch of inspiration, I think. There's some scenes that are from that movie they pulled right out of this book, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, a big tube here. They're like, oh my gosh, programming, I'll set you right up in the mind. Look who it is. And it's the Teen Titans. And now there's this big clash because they have to take out the Justice League. We talked about like how the Justice League was important. They're going to play this huge role in they could take down Trigon, but they need the Titans to bring down the Justice League, which I think is pretty cool. But the best fight in here, remember, Green Lantern is supposed to be a super awesome guy, and he's got this ring that's focused on willpower. And what is it defeated by? Robin's yellow cape.
Yeah.
Thanks.
A
Now keep
behind
in
the
mind,
back.
this is before the yellow impurity was removed from the battery.
Look
Things
at
got
that
a lot
behind
better
the
after
back.
that.
Kick to the head to take him out.
Boom. So
Get
cape,
outta here.
kick, Green Lantern's done.
By a teenager.
Yeah. Oh, one question I wanted all of you to think about. I'll give you a few minutes here to think about it. We'll talk about it after the review is over. What is your dream Teen Titans or Titans lineup? You know what I mean? If you could redo that roster, or keep it the same, you can keep it the same.
Big
Who would
part
you
of
like to see?
Justice League history. From this point on, they tried to replace Hal with Guy Gardner and couldn't find a steady Green Lantern replacement until Kyle Rayner years later.
That's a weird way to say John Stewart.
John Stewart was after Kyle.
Yeah, you're saying John Stewart really weird.
All I'm saying is Hal Jordan still has his girlfriend.
Yeah, Guy Gardner goes through
Actually,
girlfriend
wait,
robots and aliens.
Didn't Kyle steal that too?
Yeah, you get a really cool Batman and Robin scuffle in this issue, which I think is pretty cool. I think this is like one of the first big fights of Batman and Robin, at least in the Titans era, which I think is pretty cool.
He elbows him in the back of the head.
Yeah. Right?
Robin
Knock
just took
it
down
off,
a
kid.
GL, and Batman's just like.
You remember that?
Down.
You remember that infomercial where it's like, "Hey, buy the grabber, get a spare grabber." Well, Cyborg he's combined both of his spare grabbers and put them around Batman's neck and chucks him around. I like how Batman is just holding on for dear life as he gets spun around. Beast Boy is taking on Zatanna with him flying into Zatanna as a butterfly or some kind of flying insect, and then coils around her as a snake.
I don't think that had anything to do with the fight. That was just Beast Boy being Beast Boy.
Yeah. And notice he's hitting on her at the same time too.
Yeah, I think I've developed a crush on you. I mean, yeah, that works. Like, love how the Atom takes down Donna Troy, shrinks down microscopically, runs into her ear, and then just starts, starts pulling on brain and nerves and stuff. And it reminds me of
defeats everybody the same way. He just shrinks down small enough till he can start wrecking shit.
This panel right here reminds me of, like, if you could control your sibling as you were younger, you'd be like, quit hitting yourself, quit hitting yourself. That's exactly what the Atom is doing to Donna Troy. At least when I was reading it, that's the impression I got, which I thought was hilarious. It gets interesting, the fight. I didn't really care how Hawkman really wasn't that involved. He just kind of got pushed around, really. Never really did anything. No one really fought him. He just kind of stood there.
He's the one who let him in the satellite.
He's the one who let him in, but didn't really fight them. Just kind of let them go.
Hogman's like, I didn't think you guys would mind. Then he's like, whoa.
The fight comes to.
Didn't think you guys would mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip here a little bit. I'm watching the clock here. So anyway, they stop fighting for a little bit, and then Raven tells them, like, "Look, Trigon is coming." Blah 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 blah. And then, where is it? Right here. Yeah, right here. They're talking about what's happening. Raven's trying to convince them, like, "Hey, Trigon is coming. This is gonna be bad. He's gonna take over the world." And then Wonder Woman, or was it Zatanna? It was Zatanna that says, "Hey, she came to us, told us the exact same story. So who do we believe? What's happening?" And then the Titans are like, we don't really know who to believe. And then Raven is trying to get both of them to come back. They need to unite and take on Trigon. But you can see them here at the end panel kind of going their separate ways, leaving Raven in the center of this platform. And you can see the silhouette of Trigon.
They finally took down the necromancers, but weren't they actually, like, trying to keep Trigon from coming?
Yeah.
So they succeeded in taking down the one block from him coming.
Right.
And they're like, nah, we don't believe it.
Yep.
And as we talked about last week too, in this segment here, just a few panels back, it's revealed what Raven doesn't want revealed to Wally, the reason on how she got him to join the team. And she essentially put a love spell. That's why he's been so protective of her to the other Titans, because he had romantic feelings for her, but they weren't natural. She placed that in them. And she's like, but I do care for you, but I needed you on the team more.
Yeah, because remember at the very beginning, Robin called him, and Wally's like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, because Wally said no at the beginning. And the next thing you know, it was like a change of heart, and he's there. And as we talked about last week, I said, you guys remember how that happened? And you said, no. I said, well, it's going to get revealed. Well, that's the reveal, that Raven put a love spell on Wally.
Have you guys been watching the Titans TV show on the CW?
Yes.
What do you think of the casting of Raven? She's a lot younger than everybody else.
Yeah.
Does anybody else kind of find her annoying?
Yeah, no, I don't like her. And especially after reading this story, I think she really does not fit the role.
I agree.
I like the more matured, powerful Raven that already knows her abilities.
I do
when
too.
we first introduced her. I like that a little bit better myself.
Agreed.
Yeah,
this Raven, like you said, she knows her abilities. She's in control. I mean, she's the one that put the team together. And on the TV show, she's like so like emo and just like
depressing all the time.
Yeah,
that's my problem with that Titan show, is it's constant depression and bitchiness. Like, I need a little bit more superhero and
Did I say CW?
Stuff going.
It's HBO HBO Max.
If I said CW, I meant to say HBO Max. I'm sorry.
The reruns are re-airing on like TNT or something right now.
Yes,
really?
You're right.
But the new season 3, is starting this month actually, and that will be on HBO Max.
Nice.
Should be fun.
What? Full design T-shirt you wear? Which T-shirt?
Oh, he wants you.
The one you're wearing right now.
You're wearing right now.
Oh, it's just it's all black after this.
I don't even know what
nothing
that
else
is.
on it.
What the heck is that?
It's Deku from My Hero Academy.
I don't even know what that is.
I got this either at Walmart or GameStop. I forget now.
Is that one of them kids mangas?
Yeah.
That's what them kids are reading.
You show the full design T-shirt you wear now. Okay.
Yeah.
And thank you for stopping by to the show too. I always
thank you.
So I gave you all the same question. Your dream Titans or Teen Titans lineup. Who do you got?
I really enjoyed the Jeff Johns run and that crew. And I sort of like
it can be anybody.
I've actually thought about making a poll for this on YouTube like I did with the Justice League. But I love near the end of that run that Jeff Johns started, like Static Shock, Ravager, Miss Martian, Damian Wayne, like before the weird Titans they had where he was like kidnapping people. Connor Kent, I'm gonna go 7 people. Bart Allen, Kid Flash, and then probably like a random weird person, like maybe either Red Devil, Bombshell, or one of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fat McFoo, what do you think?
Did you call me McFoo?
No, I definitely said comic foo.
Oh, comic. All right.
A new meme is born.
McFoo.
But your opinion, we're loving it.
Exactly like Mick Lovin, but McFoo.
Right? I thought that's what he said. I was like, what? Honestly, for me, this team here is the Teen Titans for me. So I haven't read enough of the later issues like Tim has to have a different opinion. So I'll just stick with this team.
Sure. Lasso?
I kind of like this new Teen Titans, early Perez Wolfman run from Volume 2, but there's a few characters that I like to see reoccurring or coming back a little bit more. I'm a big fan of the Joker's daughter, Harley Quinn, which is not Harley Quinn, it's Harlequin, who is not actually really the Joker's daughter. She was a Titan in the Bronze Age when they did the very brief revival. I'd like to see a little more of her, some Aqualad here and there, and some Speedy here and there. Those characters thrown in, but this essential core is my favorite.
Yeah.
What do you think of the core that Donna led a little later on with the younger people like Jason and
I thought that was cool when they tried
Speedy
to,
and that.
when they kind of did the new original Titans.
Yeah, that was a cool story.
And hello to Dave Enrique, who is here with us. So
I
appreciate you
like
stopping by.
the
And Kate Titus, hello Japan.
hello from the Olympics.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna mash two of them together. At the end of the Injustice story, you have the reformed Titans. You had Supergirl, Firestorm, Blue Beetle, and
Blue Beetle, that was a good one.
yeah, Damian Wayne. I'm also going to throw in Static Shock. I'm going to keep Raven, but I'm also going to add Shazam because technically he's a kid. Yeah.
It's a fun question. That's why I was thinking of doing a poll, because there's so many possibilities. Like Offspring. I mean, all kinds of people.
Hey, Glitter Lord stopped by.
Glitter Lord.
Yeah. Glitter Lord, I took a picture Friday when I was out and about, and I got to DM that picture to you.
Very cool.
Yeah. So anything else about issue 4, which I have to say, I remember as a kid seeing these two awesome teams together in one book. I mean, you got your 50 cents worth in this issue for sure. And all that art that Perez does, there's times when you look at some of these places he takes you, and I can see, I'm like, well, this feels like his warm up for when he'll do Olympus on Wonder Woman, about 5 or 6 years later down the road,
Yeah.
This looks good, but when he, 6, 7 years later, he just went even more bonkers in his detail and his.
Oh, yeah. Even throughout this Titans run, it keeps getting more epic. Like you're talking the Olympus run with the Titans, when they go to Tamaran, and like it just keeps getting crazy. Some fantastic visuals.
Yeah, I just remember this being an all-time favorite issue of mine too. That, as Tony mentioned too, with Adam taking down Donna Troy, and just the visuals of that and how it was presented, I'm just like, wow, that's. And every character just looks so good. Yeah. Even if they're just kind of in the back of a panel and not in the forefront, everyone just looks great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So anything else to say about issue 4 before we start wrapping up?
I'm good. I got nothing for issue 4.
It's you talk about going back to a video I did this week, undervalued and easy to acquire keys. This whole Titans run, apart from issue 2, extremely cheap. Find most of them in dollar bins, including the issue 4. Trigon, I think I paid like $5.
Yeah.
On eBay to get it. Yeah.
Wow. That's
very true.
So what did folks bring for book shows?
Book show. I can grab one. No problem.
Grab one. Okay, Foo's ready. So we will start with Dave.
Oh, okay. So the link Tony sent earlier about the Gotham Knights, the video game, and how I mentioned I was so surprised and happy to see Talon in the Court of the Owls. And so I decided to get out my Batman New 52 run. Starts with a Batman #1, and I'm sorry for the glare. Let me see if I can shut my other monitor off some. So this is Batman #1. This is the start of the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo run on Batman. I was just looking up prices of this on Comics Price Guide. They've got this book at $80 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the second print. Okay, you can tell because of the red. The second print they've got at $44 now. Crazy. Wow. So then I've got #2, which, as you can see, I got signed. I personally got this signed by Scott Snyder. This is the first appearance of Talon. So, Tim, you want to talk about cheap and affordable keys? This book is still very undervalued, especially if you think about the fact that now they've got him showing up in video games and stuff. This is going to be a character that people are going to start to recognize, right? So this is his first appearance right here of the Talon, Batman #2. With that, then, you've got the first cameo of Court of the Owls in issue #3. And the artwork on this is just amazing. I mean, the whole run is amazing. The story is too. Batman #4 is the second cameo of Court of the Owls. #5, nothing really too special about that one. But then #6, again, cheap, affordable keys. Batman #6 is the first full appearance of the Court of the Owls. And look at that cover. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful cover. In fact, this it is a Capullo. I see his signature down here. But Tim, doesn't that remind you of the Kelly Jones Batman run that we were reading early on in the show?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Nightfall issues.
Nightfall. Yeah. Thank you. So there you go. That's my early Batman New 52 run.
Awesome. We're going to switch over now to Tim.
I got a couple things I got this week. One I'm really excited about. I picked up
nice.
a Birds of Prey action figure set.
Wow.
The big old long story of how I found out this existed and couldn't even find any for sale on eBay. Eventually got one.
No
and
Harley.
Then another. Huh?
No Harley.
No, that's the original Birds of Prey. And then
You guys remember the Birds of Prey TV show from
I do.
80s?
No.
My Green Lantern fans, I got a DC logo.
Very cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I am the comic collector on YouTube, Tim _ on Instagram. I did some hauls this week, and I just did a little show going live, looking at eBay, just talking about, the market's blowing up, especially with Marvel. But if you're a DC fan, it really isn't. And I just went on eBay and looked at a bunch of really affordable keys. And even Dave was just pointing out more that if you look, you could get a lot of really good first appearances dirt cheap, especially compared to a Marvel counterpart. So
Very nice. So, Tony.
Yeah. I'm going to keep in the Titans genre of things, and I'm going to include two things at the same time. I just got a big, not big, but it was big.
I'm going to guess there's a signature involved.
There is. There's a couple, so be prepared. It's a good guess. It was a good guess. I got a shipment from CBCS back, and this was one of the books that was in there. Great segue. On Wednesday, I am putting a video out on my channel, doing a bunch of grade reveals. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you check that out. But for the book show, I do have the book one of the books I just got back.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Uncanny X-Men and the Teen Titans. And did you guys know that this book is the third appearance of Deathstroke?
Oh, wow.
really,
It says it right up here. I didn't even know that. It says it right on the label.
Hey, Tony, will you flip that over so we can see the back cover? Because
Yes.
that's a wraparound.
There is a dark side, really nice, beautiful dark side on the back. And you got a Professor X kind of in the middle. Can't really tell.
Yeah.
But that's,
And a little trivia on that, a sequel to that was announced, but never happened.
yes, you're right. Now, I got a couple of signatures that we're going to show off here. This is the Deathstroke Teen Titans special, where Deathstroke gets powers and, tries to go after the Teen Titans. This particular one is signed by Paul Battelier. I got in 2017. Now, just for Warlord, and because he's a cool cat, I got some autographed Batman Beyond I want to show.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Futures End Zero. Man, that glare is pretty bad. Signed by Dan Jurgens and Aaron Lapistelli. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Free comic book day edition. And I got Batman Beyond Volume 4, I think. I think this is Volume 4. Also signed by Dan Jurgens. And yes, iCollectDoc is correct. This technically is the first appearance of the Source Wall. But it doesn't notate that, which is odd. But you are right. It is the first appearance of the Source Wall. But that's all I got. So head over to my channel on Wednesday if you guys want to see the rest of these cool grades.
It's cool. Hey, before I do mine, Dave, did you have anything coming up on your channel that you'd like to mention?
Well, this Tuesday we're gonna start building a mystery again.
Cool.
So that's at 7 Eastern. So that'll be a lot of fun. Where I'll be building my next round of mystery boxes.
Cool. Speaking of mystery boxes, do you have your video coming up with your Bronze Age Michael Ackery unboxing? Is that scheduled for the future, or?
It drops tomorrow morning,
Awesome.
11 a.m. Eastern.
Awesome. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you got. So,
I haven't told anybody yet, other than Ackery. He's the only one that knows.
I didn't even tell him what I got on mine. I'm just like, yeah, you don't need to know. You can know that I got the box. You don't need to know what's inside.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
so
and
for
Friday
for
night,
my
real quick. I'm sorry. Friday
No.
night, I'm going live with Brock Morgan.
Mhm.
I am, and Squatchy Comics. We're going to be doing some live Squatch box unboxings.
Oh, cool.
So if there's anyone else that wants to join us, you're more than welcome. We're going to be doing that Friday night. It's going to be a lot
And
of fun.
Squatch boxes are still available, I believe, too. You can check out his Instagram page. And not only are you getting a great sketch cover on there, I mean, that's a one of a kind, but the books that he's putting in with it this time, I think are the best books that I've ever seen him include in a box. Just my personal opinion. So there's some really good stuff out there.
Yeah.
So for my book show, what I decided to do is stick with the Teen Titans theme as well. So between last week's episode and tonight's episode, we covered New Teen Titans Volume 1, issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I thought we'd go back and look at the original Silver Age Teen Titans, issues 1 through 4. So here is number 1, when they got their very own series after some appearances in Brave and the Bold. Proved to be very successful.
Now, do you know how much a book like that goes for?
$2 nickels.
Yeah. I don't know right now, not since the prices kind of have inflated so much in the last 6 to 12 months. But I remember when I bought that, I've had that as a back issue, and I want to say I paid $3 for it. Back when I was like 12 years old. So here's issue number 2.
Man, my $2 nickels wasn't far off. That's awesome.
Yep.
Very jealous.
The Demon Dragster in issue number 3. And finally, issue number 4.
Awesome.
Now, how many in this run do you have?
There were, I think, 53 issues total in this run, and I think I'm about a dozen away from having the complete set.
Nice.
And they're all kind of scattered, I mean, obviously I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 5, 6. I think the first one I'm missing might be 7 or 8. So, but I'm only like a dozen away, and you'd be surprised at how you still can find those books at a relatively good price.
Mm-hmm.
I've found some books that, were maybe fine minuses in the 50-cent bins just within the last year or two.
Wow.
It's crazy. So, and coming up on my channel, I launched a new series just last month, and I had a new episode. It's a bi-weekly series called Cover By. So I take an A cover. I take one comic book that has an A cover and a B cover, and me and 2 of my friends, just a little podcast and Comics for Thomas, we kind of dissect the 2 and figure out which is the better cover, the A cover or the B cover, and then we say bye to the loser. So we dropped a new Cover By this past Friday, and we'll actually have another one coming up this upcoming Friday, so I'm excited about that. I will be doing my video reveal of my grand prize winner for my Christmas in July contest. That will be dropping hopefully sometime this week. I haven't filmed it yet, so I'm excited to see who's going to win. I know we have some folks here, even on our panel, that have entered it, so I wish you guys good luck as well when that drawing comes up this week. I have some more comic book editions videos coming out this month too. I have a Michael Ackery Bronze Age only mystery box that I'll be unboxing. So look for some content, hopefully, that you will enjoy on my channel later on this month. Hello to Geek Out with Roscoe as we get ready to wrap up. We still appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, Warlord, you like Batman Beyond? What if I told you I had that entire run, every single issue autographed in that run?
Why you got to do that to
him?
Why not?
He just passed out.
Every single one of these is signed. Every one.
Wow.
So, yeah, I have a problem and I need help.
Well, that's awesome. So, and don't forget to check out our friend Flashpoint Comics too. He just recently went live not too long ago, and he did some unboxings and stuff. That just speaks for itself.
The only one I don't have autographed from Batman Beyond is the Batman Beyond that everybody's chasing, the original. That'll probably never own.
You never know.
Perfect.
Oh wow, Connor. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Batman and Beyond's always cool. The fact that they don't have a Batman Beyond movie blows my mind. Hopefully we can get one out of the new Batman. Gosh, who is it? He's coming back. He played Batman in '89. Why am I drawing a blank?
Christian Bale.
No.
Michael Keaton.
Keaton. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. Hopefully Michael Keaton will come back and be Bruce Wayne. So
Did you guys see that? Is his name Tim? Tell me if I'm mispronouncing his name. Is it Warren Lowe or Lau, the artist? Did you see he did this Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman cover based on Batman '89 for one of the issues?
I did see that.
Oh my gosh, that thing is amazing.
Gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Watch out, Art Germ. You got some competition here with this guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hot.
But I guess that brings us to the end of tonight's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. I thank you all for showing up. I thank everyone that watched on the rewind. I thank my special guests for contributing their thoughts. Appreciate you guys so much. And where are we at for the next episode?
Tony.
We're on the Tony Fett channel. So look for us.
The big Harley episode.
Yeah.
No. I think we got canceled.
Now, will I be able to share my videos?
Absolutely not.
That will be on the after show.
We'll put it this way. What is it? If Ratcatcher dives first, we'll be on Foo's channel next week.
Yeah. We'll do a follow-up show on my channel.
Remember, yes, for those of you who aren't aware, I have a bet going with Flashpoint that if Javelin dies before Ratcatcher, he has to dress up as Jesse Quick. But if it's the other way around, then I got to dress up as Harley for some reason. But I am so confident that I'm going to win. I double down on that bet. And now we're going to donate some cash to a charity, which either one loses or wins. So I'm not even sweating right now because a little piece of news came out that we didn't share on the show that almost makes the cement of that is my bet completely solid. But I guess we don't know till the movie comes out.
So soon, we can now say it's this month.
It's next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
So Ryan, Tim, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not sweating about this one either.
There's no way I can lose. There's no way I can lose. It's impossible.
We'll put it this way: one way or the other, you're going to see Tony in the Harley Quinn outfit.
I guess.
Whether it's from Dave's shared screen or
yeah, you're right, but at least I'm not like doing it myself. I mean,
the question is, will Flash have to dress up too?
Speaking of,
oh, there he is. Look at that. We start talking about him when he shows up.
Yeah,
his Flash sense was tingling. His Jesse Quick sense was tingling.
Yeah, his Nestle Quick.
This Thursday, August 5th at 7 p.m. Yes.
Okay. Hey, Bronze Age Brian. Great to see you there.
Very excited. So
is Suicide Squad on HBO Max?
Yes.
No additional cost either.
That's awesome.
Right? Right?
So happy.
Very excited about it. It is going to be fabulous to see Flash dress up as Jesse Quick.
Hey, Brian, is that Bronze Age Brian? Is that 7 p.m. Eastern, or I'm guessing it's 7 p.m. Eastern because Brian's Eastern time.
I imagine it would be Eastern.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hashtag Javelin.
Nope. Javelin is almost dead.
You can tell who Tim's voting for.
Don't even bother, man. It is dead on arrival. I've been reading a lot of the fan theories about who's going to die and who's going to live. It's really fun.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen Tim this happy since Tom King was kicked off Batman.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. It's going to be a great movie.
I was pretty happy talking about Scott Snyder leaving too.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of the end of his tenure.
No, the end
started off
good.
Well though.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did. Well, this time, as we hit the 90-minute mark, we are saying goodbye. Thank you all, everyone in the chat. We look forward to seeing you on Tony's channel next week. Have yourself a wonderful week, everyone, and thanks for being part of Fanboys Live.